watching it. Did you watch it? I'll start with you, Nakulo.
Yeah, I watched the video and it was so disturbing, and I was like, you know, these are things that happen on a day-to-day basis, and people take it as a joke. Even when you look amongst your friends, even the male friends you're around with, these are things that usually happen, but they just brush it off. Even people make fun jokes on social media, and you see those are your friends, and they might be thinking those are jokes they are making, but in real sense, it's not jokes. So I think it's just high time the male friends or men can really come out and support us ladies. Let's not make jokes out of anything and everything that is happening, especially to us ladies, so that at least we just get rid of these monsters that are amongst us.
Absolutely.
So yesterday's video, unfortunately, it happened last week, but it had to be recorded on video for people to react.
And it's just so sad because suppose the video was not recorded,
exactly,
we would have not known that happened.
Yeah, because I remember there was someone who was saying, why was video recorded in the first instance? And I was like, you know what? If people just heard about it, people will be like, where's the evidence? And then we would have moved on swiftly from that. Yeah, that was such an unfortunate incident.
It really was. It's just difficult to, it's very chilling to watch and makes you question how safe are we, you know, in our own country, in our own streets, how safe are we? And then for you, Dr. Shiko.
So I was disturbed. I feel like I wanted to unsee it because that scream could not get out of my head. The person who recorded it, I don't think they did it for the best of the person who was being recorded, but they did. They started a conversation. So in every WhatsApp group I am in every not on Facebook, Instagram, everywhere, Twitter, it's the primary conversation. So it started a conversation, and I'm happy it started a conversation during this Women's Month and especially on the eve of Women's Day, because we are having a proper conversation on how safe are women. And before we move the log in the Boda guys' eyes, let's look at our own log. How many times do you mob justice a woman on Twitter? Because that's the exact same thing that happened to that
other
woman.
one is more physical.
Yeah, and this is physical, but the trauma is almost similar. It's just that this person was being recorded. But how many times do we see a woman and we just strip them down on Twitter, on Instagram, on all these places? We have to, as you're pointing the torches, and I'm hoping action will be done. I was so happy that the Chief Justice was like, we have to follow this through. So it's coming from like the judiciary, from the police, from the human rights people. There's a march happening at the moment outside Nairobi. I'm happy it's happening, but I'm hoping that we can also point the torch back to ourselves and say, when I'm tweeting or I'm stripping a woman down on Twitter, I have to remember that scream in my head.
You can't unsee it. And I'm with you. I watched it and I could not. I could not, you know. And you see, we can't unsee it. Dr. Judy, you said I could not. I mean, Edna. Dr. Edna, you could not watch it.
Okay, to be honest, being a women and child advocate, I don't like watching things that really, and a wellness person, mess up my mind. Sometimes there's too much I'm seeing in Ukraine already. I see the children, and I made a vow to myself, if I happen to hear something that someone has done that is horrible, I'll not watch it. I'll just take the information because it disturbs me for really long. And unfortunately, I become very, I start looking at those people very badly. So you must be very sure if I watched it, the Boda riders, I don't know. I even don't know what I'll be doing. But to speak something else about how we look at women, and you put, what if it was a man doing that? Okay, I mean, men, they're also drivers like the women.
True.
And something happens with these Boda riders. What would have happened? Would they have been stripped down?
No.
Is it because they have more masculine strength so they can fight? Is it that, you know, they had to look for the most and the most weakest point of weakness, you know, of a woman to just strip them naked? I saw my sister, I'm hearing and I'm imagining my sister. I'm imagining my friend, I'm imagining my cousin out there, and it's just not okay. It's really, really not okay. But then I'm also thinking it goes back to also look at what we are going on in society. That era was not so big to strip someone naked. Exactly. Yeah. So are people extremely mentally disturbed? Did people leave their homes with horrible relationships? You know, it just speaks so much as a society that I think the nation now needs to start looking at beyond. Yes, we need justice, but then beyond that, what else is underlying? What else is down here that is? You might even find those are the same people who've left women in the house beaten as well. Yeah. So it really speaks a lot as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it really does, and we hope that again this one incident, of course, there's several, you know, that happen probably on a daily basis, and we hope that something would be done to just stop, you know, all these things from happening, and for us as a people, as a society, just see each other as human beings, you know, not like you're a man, you're a woman, we're human beings, you know, so that we treat each other with respect. Anyway, that was just so heavy. I really, But
the most disturbing thing for me was, where were other people? It is Forest Road. There's always traffic on Forest Road. Where are the other people? What happened to us as human beings that somebody is screaming like that and nobody offered to help? In my head, I still can't reconcile that, because if you hear that kind of scream, it should push you to some form of action.
In a moment.